Welcome to Sports News. Esperance of Tunisia new signing Edouard has boosted the camp of the Super Eagles with his arrival in camp from Tunis earlier today. He was involved in the team's evening training session at the Abuja National Stadium under assistant coach Daniel Amokachi. Amokachi said with the arrival of Edouard, the team is not expecting any other player, as Godwin Igudier, earlier invited, has sent a message that he is nursing an injury. Edouard said his trip to Tunisia was a huge success, but he still needs proper clearance from his parent club, Dolphins of Port Harcourt, after the two friendly games against Côte d'Ivoire and Sudan. In club football, Tottenham Hotspur produced the performance of the season as they crushed Chelsea 5-3 in the English Premier League clash at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane scored 2 goals and then set up 2 more as Mauricio Pochettino's side cut the Premier League leaders down to size and helped Manchester City draw level at the top of the table. Chelsea and City now boast identical records of 46 points, 44 goals scored and 19 goals conceded so far this season. Hull City won at the KC Stadium for the first time since early October as goals from Ahmed El Mohammadi and Nikita Jelavic saw out of sorts Everton 2-0. Manchester City's substitute Frank Lampard headed a dramatic winner as the defending champions defeated Sunderland 3-2 at the Etihad. Queen's Park Rangers and Swansea City settled for a 1-1 draw. Southampton beat Arsenal 2-0. West Ham United and West Brom played a 1-1 draw. Now to tennis. Former world #1 Rafael Nadal is determined to make the most of 2015 as he comes back from injury. The Spaniard won the French Open in 2014 but missed much of the latter half of the season with a wrist problem and appendicitis. The 28-year-old also missed the 2012 US Open and the 2013 Australian Open and has sometimes appeared to have struggled with demands of playing on hard courts.
Tennis career is not a 20 years career or 25 years career. It's not like golf that you have more chances. In tennis you have a period of time that you have to try to win. The most important thing is be happy, and for sure playing tennis and being healthy makes me happy. But at the end, talking about tennis, that I can imagine that's the question is always the same. Not try to find the positive feeling and the good feelings as quick as possible, and try to give me the chance to compete against the best players with good feelings and being competitive. And then if that happens, arrive to the tournaments and fighting for them.
Meanwhile, Nadal's arch-rival and the world's best tennis player, Novak Djokovic, has other things to worry about as he became a father for the first time in 2014. Djokovic is bidding for a 4th title in the Abu Dhabi tournament, which served off today. The Serbian, who reached the French Open final and won Wimbledon last year, believes victory at the Mubadala Championship would be the ideal start to 2015 as he bids to retain top spot in the rankings and add to his 7 Grand Slam crowns.
Being #1 of the world, you know, that's something that keeps me going. That's something that drives me to kind of keep on practicing, keep on working hard, and eventually get to that stage. Definitely some things change in terms of daily rhythm in life, especially when I started now practicing and preparing, and feels like you have more commitment and more things going on. But it's not an easy work, but I find it as a source of positive energy and just love, pure love. And then I don't look at it as a commitment or obligation or something I have to do. You know, it's just something that comes naturally as a parent. This is what my wife and I have planned and have wished for, you know, to be parents, and we were blessed, and now we are enjoying it.
Well, the Djokovic juggernaut will be our closing serve on Sports News. And it's back to Bimbo with the rest of the news at 10.
On the foreign scene, Egypt's top court has ordered a retrial of 3 Al Jazeera journalists jailed on charges of spreading false news. Here's Cynthia Are with more details.
Well, thanks a lot. The decision was made after the hearing in Cairo of an appeal by the three, that's Peter Grest, Mohamed Fahmy and Baher Mohamed, against their conviction. Prosecutors acknowledged major problems with the verdict, and defense lawyers have also confirmed a new trial will occur within a month, but the trio must stay in custody. Jazeera called on the authorities to release its journalists quickly. Also today, a crash at New Year's Eve celebrations in Shanghai has led to the deaths of at least 30 people and injured over 40 others. The crash happened in Chenai Square in Shanghai's historic Bund district overlooking the Huangpu River. Thousands of people had gathered to see in 2015. Then 2 more bodies have been recovered from the Java Sea as search operations continue for the remains of Air Asia flight QZ8501. Finally, and on a good note, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has offered to hold talks at the highest level with South Korea. President Kim was giving his New Year message broadcast on state television. And that's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you now.
Thank you, Cynthia. And the main news again. The president today made tough pronouncements in his New Year broadcast, promising that his government would rout Boko Haram. Christians all over the world thronged churches in celebration of the year 2015, and just this evening, President Goodluck Jonathan congratulated Muslims as they celebrate Eid al-Mawlud, the birth of Prophet Muhammad, tomorrow. And finally tonight, we'll leave you with this lovely rendition of Christmas carols by the Akwa Ibom Choral Group, now in the Guinness Book of Records as the largest choir ever assembled globally.
The choir sang a medley of the first Noel, Joy to the World, O Christmas Tree, Hark the Angels Sing, Once in Royal David City, and Come, O Ye Faithful, in a rendition that lasted over 20 minutes. This has put the choir on the Guinness World Records as the largest group of carol singers. This record has now consigned to the history books of the Guinness World Records, beating the former record of 15,674 carol singers achieved in 2013 by a group known as Senti, Bogota, Colombia.
Wow, what a record.